Okay, so I picked the bike up today. Here it is, the finished product we've all been waiting for. I just can't tell you how pleased I am the way this bike came out. It's just phenomenal. The bike has been completely transformed. It's a completely different handling bike. Dare I say, it is much more track focused, and I was able to experience this when I was riding this afternoon. Out on some roads. I didn't go really crazy, but I have to say, in all sincerity, the amount of difference between the bike it is now and the bike it once was is like apples and oranges. It's almost like having two completely different bikes. You can adjust the suspension more or less on the fly with this bike. The Öhlins has it set up so that you can just reach around underneath the seat and dial in whether you want the ride softer or harder. It's pretty much a no-brainer. And then you have the front forks, which are the R-Spec front forks from the Street Triple R. Now, I would venture to say that this is probably, in terms of handling, it's a cross between the Daytona 675R and the base Daytona, because the 675R actually has, I believe, Öhlins front forks, Brembo brakes, and full Öhlins rear suspension. I'm actually not sure the specs of the Öhlins suspension on the rear, but anyway, just so you can see, the front brakes are bigger. I would say a one or a two finger pull. They just bite a lot better, just a lot more feel. If you look closely right here, what we've done is put a tie wrap around the piston so that we can see the amount of compression the front fork is giving us under normal handling or braking conditions and so on. Now, I can't remember exactly what the formula is for front compression, but I know on rear suspension, it's 1 inch of sag per 100 pounds of weight. Now, since the forward brakes are absorbing most of the inertia, forward momentum of the bike, as well as the weight of the bike, you have a lot more compression going into the front forks than you do on the rear suspension or the rear piston. So anyway, I really love the way the gloss red subframe looks on this. It just really pops. The matte finish on the Street Triple R, it does not excite me at all, and I was really impressed when I saw this gloss red on the subframe. It just really stood out. I was really pleased with it. I also like the fact that I retained the stock front fairings that came on the base model Street Triple. I don't like a loud bike. Even though the red stands out, it's not overtly loud. It's very, very nice, very well balanced, I would say, to retain the aesthetics of the bike. But in any or either case, we took it out for a ride, and I'll just explain a few things as I was riding. Wow, what an incredible difference. What just a the feeling is just so different. Oh, it's going to take some getting used to this bike. I mean, this is like a real fairingless Daytona 675 now. Exhilarating, amazing. You can tell right away that the feel of the bike is intuitive. I mean, it's intuitive as the base model, but take the base model and just like amplify it 100 times. You do sit up a little bit higher because of the new suspension. Brings the seat height of the bike up a little bit higher. Not having the stock mirrors on the bike, again, creates a little bit of a disorientation at first. It's going to take some getting used to. But I just like the feel of it now, and
I actually, I almost like not having anything in front of me right now. Just the convex, the bar and mirrors are a tad more convex than the OEM stock mirrors, which gives you actually a little bit more view from behind. You can see a lot more, even though there's not as much real estate on these mirrors. Okay, so we're gonna jump on the little highway up here. Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah, the bike is just much more planted. I mean, I gotta tell you, you know, after you've broken in the base model street triple, there's definitely a noticeable difference from when you first get the bike and you know, riding the bike for a couple thousand miles. The suspension starts to loosen up a lot, and you get a lot of play in the suspension. Again, even though the suspension is really firm and taut, it's not uncomfortable. It's actually very very livable, but you can really tell that the bike is just, it's much more of a precision machine now. Very pleased. I just want to say, those of you guys who have a base street triple, you know, do yourself a favor and upgrade your suspension. Don't get another bike. You'll thank me when you do. I had the unfortunate experience of having to land on my head to have these upgrades done to the bike, and thankfully the insurance was instrumental in making things happen. But anyway, shout outs to Moto News and from Australia, and shout outs to Toast to Go. Since it's all in your head, wear your helmet and live to ride another day. Happy New Year, everybody.
What will grow crooked, you can't make straight. That's the price that you've got to pay. Do yourself a favor and pack your bags. Buy a ticket and get on the train.